4 blocks inside the one 3-dimension array. Remember that. That is what is happened over here. This is the two blocks in the 3-dimension array. These are the 2 blocks in the 3-dimension array. When you see this, we got a one 3-dimension array with 4 blocks with the floor box. These blocks are joined together. The blocks are joined. Now, when I do it, that is the access 0. By default, the access 0. When I'm doing it access 1, so this is my first 3-dimension array. This is the second 3-dimension array. Now this block will be merged with the rows of this block. Okay. So this block rows will be merged with this block. Okay. And this block rows will be merged with this block over here. Now you see this. When you see this here, this is the first block of the first 3-dimension array. This is the first block of the second 3-dimension array. They are merged together. Rows are merged together. Okay. This one is the second block of the first 3-dimension, and this is the second block of the second 3-dimension array. They are merged based on the rows. Now this one is the block merging. This one is the row merging. All the others can't see that one. What about the others people, guys? Dev, Sanat, Shekhar, is it clear? No, I'm asking the screen resolution. Screen resolution is okay for you people? Then Shekhar, please check your internet, Shekhar. I think that because we are using a high brand over here, I'm not doing from my home. So please check it. Okay. Okay, guys. Now, when I'm giving it like this, 2. Now let me show it over here. When I'm doing it in this way, okay, when I'm doing the access, okay, access is equals to 1. This is the access is equals to 0, guys. What I'm doing is access is equals to 0. 0 over here. Now, when there is an access is equals to 1 over here, I will write it as access is equals to 1. Okay. So what will happen is this one will be there. Okay. This one will be merged with this one. Like this. Okay. And this one will be merged with this one. Again, the number of blocks will be same. In the 3-dimension, number of blocks will be the same. Only thing will be the rows will be merged up together. So this will become again a 3-dimension only over here. 3-dimension. Okay. Okay, like this it will be happening, guys. When you do it with the access is equals to 1. When you do the access is equals to 2, okay, now I will write it as access is equals to 2. Now here the blocks will be joined together like this. The blocks will be joined together on the number of columns it is. So now if you take it, this is one block over here, and there will be one more block will be coming up over here, and this will be joined like this. Here it will be row. Now in this case, what are the 2 blocks means? This will be the one block and this will be the one block. They will come the first block of the 2 third dimension and then join it over here. Now the same thing will happen over here. Now, if you go over here, this will be the one like this. Okay, guys. Now you see, this is the first block of the first third dimension. This is the first block of the second third dimension. Okay, this is the second block of the first third dimension, and this is the second block of the second dimension, third dimension. Okay, like this you will be getting. See this one and this one will be merged, and this one and this one will be merged. Okay. No, I don't want to give it. That is more than enough, whatever we have done it. What is normal? Normal will be doing the rand only, right? Shuffle will be shuffling the things. I think that is not enough. So whatever we have done, it is enough, Amitabh. Now, if you are going on looking into the NumPy itself is a language. Don't forget that. So you will be having a n number of things over there. You can do it. But we should be taking the things what is needed for us for our data science. Okay. Now, whatever you do it with the random.rand or random.rand int, right? That is enough for us. This shuffle will be shuffling the values. Normal will be again the rand only. It is just the rand. Okay. There is one more is there. Integer is also there. Random.rand.integer is there. The many are there like that. Now, guys, this is all about when the shape is same. When the shape is same. Now, when the shape is not same, that again dimension should be same. That is the basic rule. What if the shape is not same? So let's do it over here. Like if the shape is not same. Now, when the shape is not same, we have to follow some rules, and then only we can do it. Okay. Now, let me do it. This thing is 2 dimension. We will do it. Now, 1 dimension, it doesn't make any sense. Now, ARY or A2, I will take it. np.random.rand int. Now we are having like 10 to 50. Now we are having a shape of 4, 5. Okay, 4, 5. Now I will take it B2 is equals to np.random.rand int, and 50 to 80 I'm going to take it the values, and here I will keep it as 3, 6. 3, 6, or let me do it like 4, 6. 4, 6. Yeah, I will do it. Now let me do it both. Now this is done. Okay, this is done. Good. Now I will give it A2 and B2 over here. Now let's see the shape of them. Dimension is same. Both are 2 dimension. A2 dot shape and B2 dot shape. Now I want to concatenate this one. Now when I'm doing np.concatenate, now I will give it as A2, B2. Now what will be the access, guys, by default? Not none, 0. Access is not none, 0 over here. So when you take it as access is equals to 0 by default, can you see it? Access is equals to 0. Now let me try it out, guys. Okay. Gives me an error. It's giving me an error. Now let me do it with the access 1. Okay. I will give it as A2.B2 and I will give it as access is equals to 1. Now, let me write it down over here. This is access is equals to 0 so that you can understand it. Now you will get the same output, and here you got it. Clear? Now how it is working? Huh? Yes? rows? Number of rows should be equal. Yeah, there is something is there. Now, why this is concatenating over here and why it is not concatenating over here? Rows are same here, na dono mein. Huh? There's a small principle is there. Now, you see this one. Now, let's take it a one more one. Like A3, or let's take it as C2 is equals to np.random.randint. And here 10, 20, and here I will run it as 4, 5. Okay. Now, this one's D2 is equals to np.random.randint. Now, I will give it 20 to 40 and I will run it as 4, 6. Okay. Or let me do it like 4, 4. Okay. C2 dot shape is equals to D2 dot shape. Okay. Now, okay, 4, 4. Now, when I'm doing it on a basis of an axis, what axis I'm going to take it? Now, let's take it over here. I will write it as concatenate. Shape is not same. Okay. Now, if you have it something like this, what is the shape we have it? 4, 5, and next one is, okay. Now, when I'm saying it np dot concatenate of this one is maybe C2 and this one is D2. So what I will do it C2, D2, and I will not give anything. What is the axis over here? 0. Now, which is the axis 0 over here? 4 and 4 is the axis 0, right? These two are the axis 0, right? Now, ignore this one. Ignore that axis. Whatever the axis you are merging on, ignore that axis. The other axis should be same. Okay? Should be same. Now, here. This should be same. Now, if I do it like this, will it accept? No. Because we are doing with the axis 0, ignore this axis. Don't look at that axis. Look the other axis. What is the other axis? One axis. What is the values over there? 5 and 4. That should be same. This should be same. If you have 1 also, it will not work. Forget about the broadcasting rules. Here, if it is 1 is also there, it will not work. So, they should be same. Okay. The other axis should be the same. So, the axis on which you are concatenating, ignore that axis and the other axis should be same. If that is there, then the concatenation is possible. Now, in this case, no. No, you will get an error. Now, if I do it the same concatenation over here like this. Now, C2, D2. And here, I will give it as axis is equals to 1. Now, let's take it 4, 5, 4, 4. Which axis we are concatenating? Axis 1. Which one is this? This is the one. Right? Ignore this. Ignore that. What is the other axis? 0. What is the value? 4, 4. Can we merge it? Yes, you can do the concatenation. This is the logic behind it. Okay. Now, in this case, let's try it out on this basis. Now, you see this. Both axis 0, I want to concatenate. np dot concatenate. Okay. Now, here C2, D2. Okay. Now, what you are going to give it over here? Axis is equals to 0. Like, ignore the axis 0. Look at the other axis. What is the other axis? 5 and 4. Is that same? No. So, will can be done? No, you can't do it. You will get an error over here. Can you see it? You can see the error over here. Okay. Now you won't find any word of broadcasting, I think so. You see. So it's not based on the broadcasting rules. Now, if I do the same thing, np dot concatenate, okay, I will give it as C2 comma D2 over here. Okay, C2 comma D2. And here I will give it as access is equals to 1. Now let's see this one, guys. Access is this one is 1 and this one is 1. Ignore that access. Look at the other access. What is the other access? Is that same? Yes, you can do it. Okay. So, or what you have to do, ignore the access on which you are doing the concatenate and the other access should be the same. Then only the concatenation is possible. Rules is ignore the, compare the two access, compare the shape of the two arrays based on the axis. Axis. And 1, ignore the axis on which you are concatenating. On which we are concatenating. Okay, next one. Now the other axis should be the same. Then only it is possible. Otherwise, it is not possible, guys. Okay, this is the one. Compare the shape of the two arrays based on the axis. Ignore the axis on which we are concatenating and the other axis should be the same. This is the rule here to look at this. Now, based on this rule, you can deal with any of them. Now, okay, guys, let's do with the three-dimension array also the same thing will be coming. But remember this, you can't concatenate a 3-dimension with the 2-dimension. No way. Okay, so the dimension should be the same if you want to perform the concatenate. Okay, now there is something called as a 3-dimension array. Let's do it the 3-dimension so that you will have the okay when the shapes are not same. Okay, again. Now let's do a 3-dimension array. Now I have an A3 is equals to np dot random dot or x3. I will do it like y3. np dot random dot randint like 10 to 50 and I will use it like 246. Now Z3 is equals to np dot random dot randint. Here I will give it as 100 and 200 and I will give the shape as 2 comma like 3 comma 6. I will give it 2 comma 3 comma 6. Now let me see this y3 and z3. Okay, guys. Now, how many axes we can concatenate? 3 axes we can use it. 0 means 3rd dimension. 1 means based on the rows and 2 means based on the columns. Okay. Now if we do it, np dot concatenate. Okay. Now you are going to do it like y3 and z3. Now here I'm not giving anything. What is the access? 0 it is. Access is equals to 0, guys. Now access is equals to 0 means the third dimension, the first one. So if you take it, what is the shape we have it over here? Let me see the shape of this. That is y3 dot shape and z3 dot shape. Okay. Now which axis we are merging on, concatenating on? Axis 0. That is 2. Ignore that. Look at the other axis. What is the other axis? 4 and 3 is there. That is one axis 1. 6 and 6 is there, right? Is this is same? No. This is same. Now one is not same. Both should be the same. So you can't perform it. So now you do this. You will get the error. Okay. You will get the error. Okay. Now the same thing I will do it with the axis 1. Okay. y3 comma and z3 over here. Now when I give it over here, axis is equals to 1. What is the axis 1, guys? Here is the axis 1. Ignore that axis. Just forget about that one. Look the other axis. One is axis 0. Is this same? Yes. This one, is this same? Yes. Can we do it? Let me try it out. Clear, guys? Amitabh, what is that? You are writing that book or what? It will take a lot of time for me to read it. In the ending of today's class, please tell us about the course curriculum, who's going to teach us Tableau, Hadoop, R, and when after your class completion, because it is you can coordinate with the admin people who will be teaching the R and who will be teaching the Hadoop and Tableau. Okay, you can coordinate with them. How I will know the who is the faculty for that? Okay, next. Please coordinate with the admin people. Okay. I don't know like which batch will be doing it, that one. I don't know about that. So you will be just put it on in that particular respective batches. Now let me take it np dot concatenate y3 and z3. Axis is equals to 2. Now 2 is equals to, I am saying that in the 6, that is a column. Both are, ignore this one and look at this one, should be same. Then only it will pause. Is this same? The 4 and 4? No. Now 2 and 2 is okay. 4 and 3 it is there. No, it is not possible. Okay. See this one, guys. Okay. This is the way the concatenation is. There is one more called as, you know, H stack and Y stack. Okay. This, sorry, V stack and H stack, H stack and V stack. This is nothing but concatenation with the axis 0 and this is concatenation with the axis 1. Okay, something like that it will be working out. Now let me show you. If I am having like this will be applicable for only 2 dimension, guys. That is a matrix. Now we had some 2 dimension, right? What is the name? C2 and D2. These are the ones. Now, if I want to concatenate np dot, we have the H stack. Okay. Now, this is like you will be getting the, now it will take the tuple. Now, tuple means arrays, whatever it is. Okay. Now, C2 comma D2. Okay. Now, let me see the shape of this. This is the way. Now let me try it out, this one, guys. This is now for this, if I use the concatenate, okay, let me do it. HP dot concatenate. If I am doing it like C2 and D2 of access is equals to 0. Now this is not going to work it out. Access is equals to 1 will be going to work it out. Now if we are going to do this, okay, now let me do this. Now this is exactly same as this one. Access is equals to 1. When I am using the concatenate with the access is equals to 1, when it is using access equals to 1, the H stack is exactly same as the concatenate with the access is equals to 1. But this is restricted for only 2 dimension. Remember that. Now, if I try it out with the np.v stack, I'm using that C2 comma D2, you will get an error over here. This is like access is equals to 0. Concatenate with the access is equals to 0. Okay. Now, let me do it. What is the shapes I have it? Okay. Now we have done it like np.v stack. Okay. Here we are having like C2 comma D2. Okay. Now this is access is equals to 0. Concatenate. This we got the error over here. The same thing I'm showing it over here. I got the error. Now if I apply dot T over here, what will happen? What is T stands for? Now what it will do? Reverse. Now you reverse this one. The C I am reversing it. Now C will become 5 comma 4. 5 comma 4. Now the 4 is same. That is the axis in which we are using is like 0th axis. So 5 and 4 will be there. That we are going to ignore it. And other axis is 4 comma 4. Will it work over here? Yes, it should work for us. Got it, guys? Okay. Just I applied it, the transpose, the quickly where we will be using the T I showed you over here. Okay. Now let's deal with. Now we have done with the manipulations, guys. There are some simple functions are left out. Okay, there's one more is there split. Like numpy. Oh, it's not very big. Now let me do it with the split, guys. Split. Now this split is going to split the strings into desired number of arrays. Okay, it will be splitting the array into the desired numbers. How many you want it, you can split it over here. Now for example, this one I will store it. This one also we can store it. Better to store it. I will give it as Z1. This is my array, and this one is again like Y1. I will give it. This is the array. Okay. I will. Now let me do it the splitting, guys. Let me take a one dimension array. ARY1 is there for us. This, how many elements are there inside this? Size. We will get the 9. Okay. Now whenever you apply the split, it will be splitting the array into equal shape. Remember this, equal shape, it will be splitting it. If I give it over here 2, if I want to split it to 2, then what will happen? 9 are there. How it will be splitting equally? No, you can't do it. One will be 4 and one will be 5. Now you will get an error over here. np.split. Okay. Now you will give an array over here, array 1, and you will give the number of splits. I wanted number of splits over here. Now I get an array. Now array split does not result in equal division. That is what it is saying. It can't divide it in equally. So what we are going to do it is, now if I want to do it array 1 comma 3. How many you got it? This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. Equally divided. Okay. This is what you can do it with a 1 dimension. Let's do it with a 2 dimension. NP dot split. Okay. Now, if you check it out, there is an axis is there over here. Axis is equals to 0. So that means by default, it will be doing in the splitting on the basis of rows. Now you see this ARY. Now Y1, I will take it. Let me show you the Y1. This is a Y1. Okay. I want to split it up. NP dot split. I will use the Y1. I will do it 2 of them. How many are there here? 5 or 4 and 4, 8. Can't do it. How many are there? This is 5. 4 and 4, 8 is there, right? 4, 5. Okay. We are getting wrongly. Total it is 9 is there. I will give it as 3 over here. Now I got it. Can you see it? This is the first array. This is the second array. This is the third array, guys. Third array. Okay. Now this is the way it will be. NP dot split Y1 dot 3. This is based on the rows. Can you see this? First 3 rows, 1 array. Second 3 rows, 1 array. And third 3 rows, 1 array over here. Okay. Now NP dot split, I will give it as, Z1. Let me show you what is Z1. We have it. Z1 shape is equals to, we have it like 4 comma 9. So 9 columns and 4 Z NP dot split. And if I use it like Z1, I will give it as 2 splits. What will going to get it? By default, axis is equals to 0. So it will be getting that 2 rows. So first 2 rows as a 1 array, second 2 rows as a other array, guys. Can you see it? The 2 rows. Now you can give it the 4 also. You will get 1 row as a 1 array. This is by default. It is axis is equals to 4 rows. Okay. Now let me do it with a column like NP dot split Z1, and I will give it as 3. Total we are having 9. I'm giving it 3. So what you are going to get it? Error. Axis is equals to 1. Now you see. This is the first block. This is the second one. This is the third one. Like this, if we got it. These 3, we got it as 1 block. These 3, we got it as other block. These 3, we got it as other. Now, this is nothing but the H stack, guys. H split. There is an H split is there. The same thing is that H split. There's a function called as H split. This will working with the same as that of H split. Now Z1, comma, I'm going to go with 3. Once you do it, the same thing you are going to get. Okay, H split means axis is equals to 1. The V split means axis is equals to 0. Remember that. Z1 is equals to, I will give it as 2. Now you will get it. This is just like split with axis 0, split with axis 1. Okay. What's the time? We can complete these things. So there are, we have seen these things, guys. There are some things we have to see over here. And the minimum, when we deal with the minimum over here, okay. Okay. Now this is a minimum function. Is again, there's a mean is there, average is there, STD, that is the standard deviation is there, mode is there. All these things are there, but we will see them after completing the statistics, or we will see it in the our pandas. That will be more effective, okay, rather than seeing everything over here. So this will give us now np dot min, okay, min of what, z1. I will take it now. Let me give the z1 over here. This is a z1. What is the minimum value over here? np dot min. If I give it the z1, we'll get the 10 is a minimum one. Okay, 10 is a minimum one. Now I want it in this. Now I don't want it in this as a total. Now you see this np dot min z1 of access is equals to 0. Now what you are going to get it is, you are going to get it based on the access over here. What is the access is equals to 0 on the base of this, like when you take it this. Here it is taking it is when it is access is equals to 0, min, max, sum. When access is equals to 0 means on the basis of the column, guys. I told you yesterday how it will be considering it. So it will be considering a bit reversely. It will be like more of pandas oriented one. Now, if you take it in this, which are the minimum one? 12. Can you see this 12? Now in this column, which is the minimum one? 10. Now in this column, which is a minimum one? 11. And in this column, which is a minimum one? Like 14 is a minimum one. This one 16. This one 22. And 22. 21. 20. Okay. Like this you are going to get. If I use it like access 1, then it will check it out on the basis of the rows. So you will get the 4 values. Four values. Now this is a minimum value in this is 11. The minimum value in this is 14. And this one is 12. And this one is 10 over here. Okay. Now this is the way you are going to get it. Now maximum also the same way. np dot max. It will get you the total maximum value, whatever is there. Now if I use it that np dot max z1 of access is equals to 0, you will get it total 9 of them. Now when I do it np dot max z1 access is equals to 1 means you will get the 4 values. You know it now how it is doing. The sum also the same thing, guys. When we do the sum, now z1 access, now if you do the sum means it will do the complete sum of all the values. Now when I do it mp dot sum of z1 access is equals to 0 means this is what we are going to get it. np dot sum of z1 access is equals to 1 means you are going to get it this one. Okay, the sum of the rows, sum of the columns. Okay. Now there is anything else. There is something called repeat. Repeat will repeat a value. How many times you want it. Now I want to say that repeat. Okay, you will take the first one, the value. How many times you want to repeat it? How many times you want to repeat it? Now let me do it like a value like 999, and I wanted to repeat it 5 times. Then I will get it 5 times. Okay, 5 times. Now np repeat. Now it's enough, guys. You don't use the repeat. Now the most important thing is round. And now one more, I missed it out, this one. np dot where. Yesterday we have seen that based on the condition we are going to get it, right? Now if I have it like 100 is greater than 50. If this condition is true, we are going to get it. The first part, that is 100. Else you will be getting it 50 over here, right? Like this you will be getting it. Now I have it a array. Just take it ARY1 is there. ARY1. Now I want to find out the values which are greater than 15. Now let's see this np dot where I will give it as like ARY1 greater than 15. Okay. No need of giving that the next part. Okay. That is true and false. All the truths will be given over here. The false are ignored over here. Okay. Now, if suppose I am having ARY1, okay, I am having like this one. Now, NP1 is there? Nothing is there. Now, I will create this NP dot, or let me create the array. Here, I will give it as 100, 2, 5, and 200, 430, or maybe 6, and 30, and 5, 8. Is it equal? 4, 5, 9. Is it? 4 and 4. One more I have to give it. Let me give it 20 over here. Okay. Now ARY1 is this one. Okay. NP1 is this one. Okay. This are, and both are same. If you check it out, shape and NP1 of shape is equals to same. Okay. So what I will do it is NP dot where, if I give it ARY1 is greater than NP1, then what it will give is like, it will compare the values. This is the index, guys. Now, whichever one is greater, it is giving us. Now you see ARY1, 1 is greater. Okay. Okay. Now next one is 2 is greater. Then 5, that is, you see this one is greater. And then 7, this one is greater. So it is giving us the index. Index which is greater. Whichever is greater, it is giving us the index over here. Now, whichever one you want to do it. So you can compare the entire array also like this. You can compare the entire array. Okay, guys. Now you can try it out with a 2 dimension. You will be getting the rows and columns and all those things. So this is all about your numpy, guys. There is a matrix is there, simple matrix is there. We are going to complete that one tomorrow in 5-10 minutes or something like that. Then we will jump into our pandas. Okay. And again, I am saying pandas is based on your dictionaries. Please go through the dictionaries. And second thing is pandas is the most important thing in whole of your data science. Okay. If you know the pandas, that itself will fetch you a job. And if you know the pandas, you can do the EDA very comfortably. Okay, yeah, remember that. Chalo, then I will stop it over here. We will meet tomorrow. Any questions, guys? I'll put on that book. Yeah, someone saying that इतना बड़ा मोटा book लेके फिर रहा है, सब लोग सबको डरा रहा है बच्चा. कौन है वो? numpy, big book. Who is having that big book? Big book. किसके पास था वो? पहले ही बोला था, बेकार में डरा दिया. I will upload a book over there. I have a book that is again. See this, guys. There is a question coming up over here. Sir, kindly class mentioned earlier for a bit while I was log late. Huh? Kindly the class mentioned earlier for a bit while. I didn't get it. What you are trying to say, Shekhar? You have my number. Just call me. Now, again, guys, like I have a book. Again, I am saying it from here on. Each and every topic is research oriented. Try to understand. You will be finding a big books on that. numpy itself, you can do the predictive analysis on that. This is really very powerful, numpy. Pandas is even more powerful. And you know, if you take the EDA techniques, you have a separate book over there. So even Python, if you have like 600, 700 pages book, now NumPy you will get it 360, 400 pages book only for NumPy. And Pandas is even bigger. So you can understand it. So if you are expert in one of these, especially not with NumPy, I will never ask you to go until unless you want to do some scientific calculations and you want to go something in depth of the research, then you can plan it. But Pandas is very, very important. It will definitely fetch you the job, guys. Definitely fetch you the job. And if you know the Pandas, you can do the EDA techniques very, very easily, which is very complicated thing in whole of your data science. And you're building up the algorithms with a step-by-step process. There's nothing logic required. You will be having the algorithm, you will have the data, split the data, feed the data, see the accuracy. That's it. The thing is that you have to understand that how the internal mechanism will be going for that. That is from the interview prospects. Initial phase in the machine learning, there is nothing new will be there. Everything will be simple, very, very simple. Yeah. Once you go into the cross validation, once you go into the hyperparameter tuning, once you enter into the ensemble learning, then you will see a little bit pinch of the machine learning. Then that's it. There won't be much there. Then once you get into the deep learning, there you will find a lot of excitement with that. Okay. So the more important is your EDA techniques. If you know the EDA, I'm saying it, guys, for an entry level person, definitely it will fetch you a job. Your Python programming and your EDA techniques. Now, these are the ones you have to be very perfect with. No one wanted you to be expertise with the machine learning. Only they want your algorithm knowledge. That's it. This you are perfect, you will be definitely fetching the job. I will do that tomorrow, Shekhar. I will do that. No, not a problem. I will just give a quick, because whatever we did it yesterday last, right? That is what I repeated for the half an hour. Okay. I will do that. Not a problem.